Hey guys, welcome back. Vincent, Giallo here. Good to see you. We're going to get into my favorite Halloween-themed horror movies that I love watching every year. First off, though, check this out. This is an amazing little radio here. Dracula. And it's got 4 hours of old-time radio programs, as well as little musical interludes between each episode. Stuff like this. Yeah, it's got like Dracula, Frankenstein, the Raven, Poltergeist, the Demon Tree.
There are strange stories of zombies, stories which filter into the world of everyday life, leaving no room for doubt that within the cult of voodooism in Haiti.
So anyways, guys, I just wanted to show you guys that. So let's get to the videos here, guys. Hey guys, welcome back. Good to see you. Today, my 100th video. So let me know, guys, if any of you crazy guys out there have actually watched all 100 of my videos. I'd be greatly appreciated. Either way, the 100th episode could not fall on a better theme. A couple days from now is Halloween 2019, and so I'm going to do a review, kind of a little breakdown of my favorite Halloween films that I like to watch. Ones that are Halloween themed, you know, that take place on Halloween or what have you. Now, I do enjoy slashers and horror movies. I watch probably one a day, maybe, at night, every night. If I don't finish it, then the next night I'll finish it. So I'm pretty much watching slashers and horror films year-round. So when it comes to Halloween, I like to just watch specific Halloween-themed films, not just regular horror. I mean, I'll throw in the odd, Prowler or Maniac or something like that at the odd time. But I do prefer just to watch, because I only have so much time, obviously. That kind of week leading up to it, I'll watch specific Halloween-themed films. So first off, of course, the original Halloween series. This is the 10-disc set, the complete collection. Part 6, Curse of Michael Myers, is the regular version, not the director's cut on here. But, yeah, this is good. I mean, I had these discs anyways. All the Blu-rays, separate. Of course, I have them on VHS and everything, so I'm, all these horror movies that I do enjoy on around the Halloween season, I do have on tape, but they're not really all together. They probably should be, actually. I got to get on that. But I figured, and I've showed them before in the past, when I'm going through my VHS collection. So, but yeah, some of the more modern ones obviously aren't on tape, and I've been contemplating actually recording them to VHS just to stick them with the other Halloween VHS tapes that I have, which would be kind of cool. Make like some bootleg kind of tapes out of my Blu-rays or DVDs. But for now, let's continue on. So this is the Halloween 10-disc set, and it comes in two cases. The other one of mine's in the other room because I'm actually watching Halloween 3 right now. But this set includes Halloween, John Carpenter's Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers, Halloween 5, Revenge of Michael Myers, Halloween 6, Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween H2O, which would be 7, Halloween 8, Resurrection, Rob Zombie's 2007 Unrated Director's Cut Halloween, and Halloween 2, 2009 Unrated Director's Cut by Rob Zombie as well. Commentaries, featurettes, blah, blah, blah. We've seen this stuff a million times. I think there's a few new things on here, but nothing stands out. But kind of a cool case that they've done here. My favorite all-time Halloween, I like the original Halloween. I like the original Halloween, obviously. Everything's okay. All right. Good job. I like part 2 a lot, though. Part 1, for what it was, restrained and gore and stuff like that, really, it's great. It's such an effective film. I kind of like the little bit extra gore in part 2, though. The hot tub scene and the syringe in the eye and stuff. A little cheesy, but, it sort of fit in with the times, the 80s, mid-80s, not mid-80s, but 81 or whatever the movie was. Early 80s slasher film. So I really enjoy that. Halloween 3, I think, is a great standalone film. I love it. It's terrific. I'm watching it, like I said, I'm going to finish it off tonight. Really cool story. Part 4 and 5, I enjoyed for so long. I really liked them a lot. And this year I was watching them, and I don't know, part 1 and 2 are still the best. But I do have a soft spot for 6, guys, the producer's cut. I don't know what it is, but I really, really dig the mask of that one. H2O is good. It's all right. I kind of have a soft spot for Resurrection, too. I don't know if it's just busting rhymes or whatever, but there's some really funny dialogue in that, and it's just, as a standalone film, it's cool. Rick Rosenthal directed that, who did Halloween 2, so it's kind of a weird thing to see him come back and helm that film, because it's nowhere near as good as part 2. But I kind of enjoyed it. And the Rob Zombie ones, I like the first Zombie one quite a bit. As a standalone, I don't even really consider it part of the original Halloweens, obviously. But part 2, I thought there was way too much explanation going on as to, how Michael Myers became Michael Myers, this kind of thing. And for me, I didn't want to know that much about him. You know what I mean? Like, I just love seeing the Shape as the Shape. And I didn't really need to know all the backstory and things that, we learned in that film. But as far as the masks go as well, which I wanted to mention, I like the original mask. I have the original mask up there on the shelf. I have to bring it down one of these days. I like part 2 mask as well. And I really like Dick Warlock in that movie. The way he kind of paced himself, walking so slowly. And there was a lot of slow stalking in that film. And I really liked 2, actually, a lot. But I think my favorite mask would be The Curse of Michael Myers Part 6. I like the mask. It's kind of like a precursor to the new film that came out in 2018. The new John Carpenter, produced Halloween film. It's kind of got a little more dirt and grit to it. I really, really like it a lot. And I also dig the Ben Tramer mask that you can get as well. But I think, overall, if I had to choose a mask, I like the way the Shape looked in Part 1 and 2. But I like the mask from Part 6. But anyway, let's get back to the Halloween stuff that I enjoy watching at Halloween time. So there's that, guys. First off the top, Halloween, obviously. Here we go. We have a copy of the Curse of Michael Myers unrated producer's cut. Now, this is what I was talking about. If you've seen the original and you haven't seen the producer's cut, I would watch this, guys. It kind of makes it a more cohesive film. Part 6 wasn't the most cohesive I think there was two different directors in there and muddling things up. But it kind of, if you buy into the whole Thorn thing, this at least kind of explains a little bit of what the heck's going on with that. And I kind of come and go with that. I do like the Thorn sort of thing going on in the backstory at times, and sometimes I think, well, it's a little hokey. It doesn't really belong in Halloween. But, it started out in 4, kind of 5. So, at least they tried to tie it up and sort of explain to you what the hell was going on. But I kind of like this film, Paul Rudd and everything in there. I don't know. For me, it's kind of a fun one. I don't know. One that I really kind of enjoy. All right, let's get serious, guys. One of my all-time favorites, of course, Trick or Treat. And I have a great copy of this on Blu-ray here, Ragman Trick or Treat. This is a German disc. Region B on the back, but it does play in my Region A players, no problem. Really, really cool flick. Sammy Kerr lives, man. What can I say? I mean, it's a great one. And I'll be watching that one probably tonight or tomorrow night as well. Just spectacular. Love it. Trick or Treat. Another great one, guys, that I try to watch every year. Not try to, I do. Night of the Demons. I really like this flick a lot too. This is a steelbook, one of 2 steelbooks that I actually own. I own this one, and I own, I just picked up a while ago, which was Humanoids from the Deep. But I don't necessarily collect steelbook, but I needed this this on disc, so I finally grabbed it. And I love it, guys. You're invited to my party, Angela. Spectacular flick. Just really got that Halloween vibe down. Some creepy scares, and it's just a classic, right? I mean, everybody should be watching that. Halloween for sure. Ow. And we've got the Trick or Treat, the other version, of course. And this one's really good. It's a good anthology. I enjoy watching it. I watch it every year as well. There's some great segments in there. I'm a big fan of the horror anthology. And we could do a video on that sometime too, because I've got, I think for me, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I've got about 10 or 12 horror anthologies that I enjoy watching. Some really great ones in there. But this one's really good. The score of this is really fantastic. I've contemplated buying the record of this, the soundtrack, as well, because it's really, really good. That's another thing we should do, is I've got quite a few horror soundtracks on vinyl, on cassette, on CD as well. I think I might even have a couple DVD audio things as well. We should probably do a video on that too, guys, but now that we thinking about it. But Trick or Treat, guys, if you haven't seen that, you got to get on it. Definitely cool. Great character. Ties it all together. I won't give away any more than that. If you haven't seen it, pick it up. I mean, it's definitely a good one. Now, here from my friends at Scream Team released a couple good ones. This is 1031, guys. This one here has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 segments as an anthology as well. It came out a couple of years ago. The first time I watched this thing 3 years ago, I thought, like 3 Halloweens ago, so 2 years ago, I'm like, I'm not a huge fan of this thing. I don't know what I was expecting, but I watched it again, and I was like, okay. And then last year I watched it, and I'm like, this is good. And I just watched it the other night again, and I love it. I really, really love it. The episodes on here, The Old Hag, solid stuff. Trespassers, good. Killing the Dance, one of my favorite segments of any anthology. It's just awesome. It takes place in a roller rink with this creepy cowboy on roller skates skating around, slashing people with a razor, Giallo style. It's fantastic. The Halloween Blizzard of '91 and the Sam Haines Slasher. I really like this a lot. What can I say? If you haven't had a chance to see this one, guys, pick it up. It's really, really great. And another one here, guys, that I watch every year is Tales from Halloween. Now, much like 1031, the same kind of thing. This has 10 episodes on it, like 10 segments. And I first watched this and I was like, man, I don't know. Maybe I'm expecting too much or something. But I watched it a couple more times, and it's awesome. I really, really like it. It's one of my favorites now. I don't know what, it's one of those things where it just kind of grows on you. Usually, you see something, you either like it or you don't. But the more I watched it, the more I was like, this thing has some really cool tales in it. Really good kind of, lessons to be learned in each one of these, And really, really worth watching. Definitely, I would check this one out as well, guys. I don't even know if you can get this disc on Amazon, if it's just a UK thing. I think I had to pick this up. No, I bought this from, did I get this on there? From Scream Team? No. Epic Releasing, maybe it was, from their website. But it seems to me that at one point in time there was a UK version of this, which was cheaper than the American version. But Tales of Halloween, guys, another great one. One that I watch every year. Again, these are all mixed in with, slashers and stuff. But this is like, a sort of hunker down, I get serious. I watch these ones. I mean, there's quite a few Halloween-themed shows out there. Not a ton, but some of them are really bad. Some notable ones you could throw in there that I have on VHS only would be like Haunted Ween. Rocktober Blood I have. Oh, yeah. What the hell did I got that up there. I think we just showed that a while ago. Love Rocktober Blood, actually, but it doesn't really specifically really kind of get into Halloween. Just, in name. But I like that one a lot. I love the soundtrack on that one. Spectacular. Rocktober Blood. And that's, kind of rounds it out. But this is the last one I really would recommend, guys. And that is The Barn. And they're making a part 2 of this right now. Getting together, starting to get ready to start shooting. And I really, really like this one a lot, too. It's a lot of fun. The soundtrack on this thing is spectacular. The score is good. There's a score and a soundtrack with, 80s metal tunes that are made by, not 80s metal tunes, but it's an 80s metal sounding soundtrack by, these modern kind of indie bands. And the songs are really great. This is a really, really cool horror throwback with these 3 characters. On Halloween night, the legend of the barn awakens. So yeah, I really, really recommend this one as well, guys. If you can pick this one up or see it somewhere, I'm not sure if it's on Shudder, but I would highly recommend that, guys, as well. And that pretty much sums up what I'm watching during Halloween. I just go back to these all the time. I love them. And like I said, if I run out, I'll start watching stuff like, you know, Zombie or stuff like City of the Living Dead or what have you, right? But between everything else I'm doing, that kind of ends up being the amount of time that I have. So I'll watch all those. And I'm excited to be doing a Christmas video soon, in a month or two here as well, because I've got a Christmas section of horror that I actually watch as well. So thanks for joining me on the 100th video, guys. It was just perfect timing that it ended up being like my favorite season, my favorite Halloween movies and everything else. So it worked out nicely. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Subscribe. Thanks to all the new and old subscribers. Hit the notification bell so you know when the next videos are coming out. VHS thrift hauls, Blu-ray updates, collection updates, yada, 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 stuff like that. Have a great Halloween, guys. Have a lot of fun, and we will talk to you guys on the next video. Thanks, guys. Take care.